Hello and welcome to a review I'm going to do. It's the Xbox One version of Wreckfest. I've had it about a week and it cost me, I think, with £35. And that's probably, it could be $35, $40. I don't know what it is in euros, probably the same. I'm going to do it slightly different. I'd normally make a big intro and have music and all sorts of stuff. But I thought I'd do it differently because this game's a little bit odd really in some ways in that I like it but I'm not really enjoying playing it. So if you don't want to watch any more after that, that's fine, but I'll show you what it's actually like, and it might give you some inkling as why I'm not that keen on playing it, even though it's all right. It's an okay game. So I'll just carry on. Anyone that's still sticking with me, thanks, but that saved you some time. This is your main menu. So you've got career, custom event, multiplayer, DLC store. I won't ever look in that. Your garage, your cars. I'll go over these in a little bit more detail in a minute. Upgrades, tune, market. That's where you buy new cars in the game with the in-game currency. And then you got miscellaneous. So first port of call for any game for me is settings, because I usually like the view inversed and music off, which is exactly what I've got here. Now you may find in the game there'll be some really quiet bits and you're thinking, oh, that's a bit quiet, and I don't really know why that is. All I've got is in-game music off, and you'll see how it looks and sounds yourself. I never have music on in games apart from Grand Theft Auto, and then only in the cars. But because Grand Theft Auto is pretty cool, isn't it? You know, with good sort of music, not like what you get in normal games. So you got gameplay, so speed units, miles an hour, usual show minimap, player names, in-game chat, field of view. That's handy. That's very PC. Auto look back. That's for when you're going reverse, and then you got a delay on the speed and the camera shake. So you've got a lot of options there. That's good. Controls, now you can go from you've got I think it's six different, seven, eight, yeah, eight different presets. Not one of them I like, and you can't configure them. What I like is if I'm playing on a controller, and I'll come to this in a little bit about what sort of player I am. But I like to be, if I'm using the controller, I have got a wheel, but I don't like wheels on this sort of game. I've got a Logitech wheel, pedal, and brake set, and a Fanatic one as well from the other Xbox, for the older Xbox. So I love driving games, basically. I do love them. But onto the controls here. If I was playing on a controller, I always want B to be upshift and X to downshift, and I don't use handbrake, so I don't care where that is. And then look back there is on a bumper, and how you're going to look back and accelerate is beyond me. So that's a stupid positioning. But luckily on this you can use the right analog stick to look all around you, but it's not very well implemented in my opinion. It just snaps 90 degrees left or right, or 90, or straight backwards, and I don't like that. And then you've got advanced controls, so you can have vibration strength for your controller, and you can also set your wheel, steering dead zone. I always have that to 0, steering saturations 100%. So this is very much like a simulator for the controls. You've even got a clutch. Again, obviously that's very simulatory. So you've got a lot of options, and if you've got your wheel plugged in, I'm pretty sure, I haven't bothered plugging my wheel in, but I'm pretty sure it'd pick it up. Mine's a Logitech, and I don't know, it costs about 200 quid, so it's quite decent. But like I said, I don't like using wheels on these sort of games because you just need to go from lock to lock too fast. So I'd rather stay on the controller. You'll see why when you play it, if you play it. Credits. Now, one thing I'm disappointed about with, they have this, you go to profile, you won't be able to see that, so it just shows you your Xbox profile. Now, I don't know why they're obsessed with that. Most people just play on one Xbox. So you load your game up, and then as it's loading, you get a loading screen that asks you, who you are basically. And this game does exactly that before you start, and you'll see that if you do buy it and play it. Credits, that's the credits for the team. Now, there's no stats in it. Don't keep any stats at all, which is extremely disappointing. It's like Grand Theft Auto always keeps stats, doesn't it? And loads of other games keep stats, but Red Dead Redemption didn't, did it? And I didn't like that game. And one of the reasons I didn't like it is because it didn't keep my stats. I like the stats because I like simulators and I like being a bit of a geek, which is exactly what I am. So let's go through this. You've got your career. Some of them are very silly. You've got regional juniors. That's the starting one. Now, I did that first one, Lawnmower Deathmatch. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. I didn't like it at all, I'll be honest with you. And then it gets onto racing. So you can see I've done a little bit here. So what I'll do is I'll play through a little bit and you can get an idea of how this game actually is. Oh, that's my phone, thank you. So I'm on this one. I'm on the racing series here. That's gonna have to go. Isn't that typical? That made a noise all day till I'm recording. Fantastic. Thanks very much. Banger Racing. No, can't go to that. Oh, hang on. Oh, I need a European car. That's why. I'll just go to this. Yeah, the region specific. If you look at that, that's just a lawnmower. You get that by default. And I own one car at the moment, and there you can see it says C underneath restrictions on the left there. It says restrictions owned ×1. Type all types, and you can see it's American, European, and Japanese. So I'll just go on to this one. You've already completed this series. You want to reset the progress and re-enter? No, actually, I don't want to do that. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly go buy a car. Go into the market. Killer B. That's a European car. That looks like a Saab. That one. I don't know what a Killer B is. And there's one that looks like a Ford Escort. Yeah, I'll get that. I don't really care. And I don't care about the paint jobs and that. So this is a B class, actually. I might go to get the Firefly. I'd rather be in a lower class. Yeah, I'll stick to lower class. That looks like an old Saab. You can see it's got acceleration stats, top speed stats, cornering, strength, and drive type. This is rear wheel drive, and now you get the stats for that one. That handles better. So I'll go with the Saab. You can sort of repaint them up to a point, and again, I'm not interested. I'm just not interested in doing that. You can upgrade them, but you have to sort of unlock the upgrades usually. I'll just quickly show you that. I've unlocked some. See, that's changed my acceleration. A new air filter. It's given me 0.1 of an acceleration there. Radiator, that should give me some extra speed and that, shouldn't it? So that's your... And it's a bit like Forza as well. This is C class and it's giving you a number as it goes up. That number goes up now. So we were at 114 there, C114, and now we're at C117. So the upgrades are cheap, and they do make a difference. And you can also, which I'll cover briefly, is you can tune your car. I haven't tested whether these exhaust systems make any difference to how it sounds or not, but they're doing Forza Motorsport. See, just while I'm doing this, I'll just tell you what. So I like simulations. So you got to look at. I'm reviewing this as someone who likes simulators. I aren't just a car racing. I can't stand Need for Speed. I prefer Forza and Project Cars, and Assetto Corsa was fantastic. The way the cars drove in that was just outstanding, I thought. But the game was just awful. Absolutely awful. Now you go into tuning. So it's C140 still. You got a suspension. You've got settings. You can see it's actually looks like it's lowering and raising it. Gear ratio, I tend to go a little bit shorter on that. You need the acceleration. Differential, that just whether it drifts or pushes usually. I don't use that very much. Brake balance is same. When you brake, it'll be more biased at rear and it'll make you oversteer. And that if your American oversteer's loose, and like push is understeer. So when you steer, it doesn't want to steer. It wants to keep going straight. But in England, we call that understeer, not push. Paint shop, it's just not my. I just can't be bothered with this stuff normally. I just can't be bothered with it. That'll just totally do. Forza, there's some guys that do some really good paint jobs in that. We've covered the settings, which I think are pretty good. So we'll just go back to play now. I'll go to that career, and I should be able to get onto that one. Yeah, I can. Figure 8. This is going to be a nightmare. 100% tarmac figure 8, and what is it? I don't know what sort of race. It says it's a banger race, but it looks more like a flipping death race to me. It's C-class though, so it's going to be reasonable. And you also get to choose the, how aggressive the AI is and all that sort of thing, or rather how good the AI is. So once you get into the race, you get to choose a few extra options. Now, this for me, I don't know if you're looking, but in the right-hand corner there, we've only loaded up to 4%. Well, this is a recurring theme throughout this game. And this is one of the reasons I don't like playing it. And this is why I wanted to review this game like this, so you can fully experience what actually playing the game's like. And that was actually quite good, that, I'll be honest with you. That was a good loading time by this game's standards. Some of them are much longer than that. So now we're ready to start, basically. So you go to stand-ins, which is self-explanatory. It's driving difficulty. You see, I've got mine on custom, so I've got all the assists off, apart from automatic gearbox. AI difficulty is just on amateur. Now tuning, we've been through that already. You can tune it before you enter the race, or you can tune it when you're actually in this race. So we'll go straight to it, and it's telling you on the bottom left there the event progress. Now this is a qualifying laps, which is new to me. So there you go. That was me moving the right analog stick, and it just makes you look straight backwards. The car handling is pretty much arcade, but it has an edge of realism about it. It will over and understeer, or get loose and push. See that one, Doc Hollywood there? It doesn't have stick up front, doesn't it? And this one, I'm up to 5th position already. But I mean, this is amateur, and there's only 3 laps. Now as you go in, you get XP and points for like wrecking people or spinning them out and that sort of stuff. But I mean, they're quite fast, aren't they? These AIs, for considering this is supposed to be your easiest level, but this car is more tunable, you see. And I'm not sure how the AI reacts to how you've tuned how your car's not tuned, upgraded rather. So if you've got more upgrades, I'm not sure if they upgrade more or not. Now you can see how short this race was. This is that's that finished. Sometimes if you're not qualifying, have I qualified high enough? I don't know. Yeah, I must have just made that. I just must have made the qualification. Now I'm hoping there isn't going to be any more loading time, because it's saying next semi-final. What I'll do is I will tune the car a bit more there. Why is it now stopped? Ah, was that a little bit of a bug there, was it? Because I was pressing buttons and nothing was happening. I'm going to shorten that gear ratio right down to minimum. And if I open that should give me a little bit extra sort of looseness. See, we're pushing a little bit. Yeah, the 15th, tuned it. Right, I'm ready to go. Yeah, the loading times are quite long now. There has been a 2 gigabyte update in the first week that this come out, and I'm not sure if that's improved the loading times or not. It may be that the loading times do get upgraded, improved at some stage, but you know, it's reviewed as is basically. Yeah, this car's awful. and really, you haven't really got enough. I mean, you see what the AI did then? It just basically just rammed into me. So that's on amateur as well, you know. So I'm imagining that there'll be a bit of a nightmare. He's done exactly the same guy. He's done the same thing again. I think it's the same guy. Just using me as a brake. He got spun out by someone there. See, that other Saab there tried to take a chunk out of me. Yeah, the car handling on this one is pretty terrible. It just doesn't want to do anything. It don't want to turn. That's for sure. Yeah, there we are. That one's finished. Best lap, 22 seconds. It does keep that, and you can compare them with your friends as well. When you've and I've got my XP now, and I'm up to level 7, and I've got some money as well. So there, you finish in position, you get different points, etc., etc. You know, it's standard career stuff, really. Now we've got a loading screen, and it's loading now back to, I think, the main menu. And this is my gripe with this. That's definitely faster than it was, actually. That's definitely faster. So, have I finished that one? That's just a figure of 8. Oh no, I didn't get anywhere. I must have got eliminated. Yeah, I didn't get any points towards that, did I? 3 laps. Now, Demolition Derby. Let's see if you have another series. Do you want to abandon it? Yeah, I don't care. Does it tell you? Oh, you can use. I want to use my other car then. Where's me garage? That's a nicer car. Nice bit of American muscle. I think that's a Mustang. I think it looks like possibly like an early Mustang as well, you know, a really early one, like early 60s or mid 60s. So going to play, career, regional juniors. Obviously, you know, the game's going to get a bit more interesting. I'm hoping the game's going to get a bit more interesting as you progress. But like I said, it depends on what kind of play. While this is loading, I've got time to talk about stuff that's just not entirely the game. I like simulation games. Forza is more of a simulation. That's a bit arcadey. Project Cars. I used to play PC games quite exclusively. You know, extremely good simulators that they had, and plus modded stuff and all that. But I don't play PC anymore. So, like I said, I loved Assetto Corsa, but the game were crap. Forza's pretty good all round, but the last couple of incarnations have pretty much been, they've diluted it. Look at the loading time. I'm only 4%, by the way. And this is like, this is very like if you ever played it on the old Xbox, flat out Ultimate Carnage, and that came out in about 2007 on the original on the Xbox 360, and I liked that game. The handling of the cars were good, and the roadside destruction and all that were good, and this is very, very like that. You know, there's some nice tracks in this, and there's some nice details on the graphics, but graphics don't make the game, do they? The gameplay is the game, in my opinion, and the car handling you know, a simulator or a car game lives or dies on the car handling, which is why I've got no time for Need for Speed and the crew and things like that. They're just because the handling's awful. This is nice handling for an arcade game. It's you know, semi-realistic. So I'm going to keep. No, it hasn't kept me car, has it? I wanted to have that American muscle car, and it's given me this pile of rubbish. I'm going to put that differential back where it was. Put that brake balance down a bit. Okay. Oh, I don't want the gear ratio. Right there, yeah. No, I don't want to quit. Right, so I'm just going to start this. Yeah, I like simulation games, so when I go, if I go left stick, right stick, it just goes 90 degrees. Oh no, that's a bit better. No, I think they've improved that. You can now sort of go around. I'm pretty sure you couldn't do that before. It just seems to go, it just snaps to it, you know. It's a bit disorientating until you know what it's doing. I haven't really figured out how to do these Demolition Derby things, by the way. But obviously you want to wreck other people. This car handling is terrible. It does not want to turn. This is not my cup of tea, by the way. This is not the sort of racing I like. I'm just showing you it because, you know, it's in the game. And the first race on the lawnmowers were like this, but they, you know, obviously it's extremely stupid. Handbrake, you see, you can do handbrake turns and stuff. They've got the health bars above them, so I mean, obviously you want to hit somebody that's not got much health. Every time you hit, you're getting XP, but you're also damaging your own car. But all the cars are upgradable as you go, and as you win these things, you get different parts and upgrades for them. So there is a game here. I'm not saying that there isn't a game. It's just it's not entirely my cup of tea. Fantastic. If you get on your roof, you can press Y to reset your car. There's a dead car. I mean, it's quite funny. But I mean, for arcade games, I used to love the original Carmageddon that came out, I think, of 1996ish or something like that on the PC. That was absolutely hilarious to play. And there's no, you know, there was a bit of a sense of humour with that. But this is just, I don't know. It's a little bit. Maybe it's that we've got. I don't know. Could have got complacent over years because Carmageddon it was just a great game when it came out at the time. Everything about it was good. You know, you'd never seen out like that before. The 3D and the car handling, everything were good, and the different cars you could have, and the career in it were fantastic. And people that made that game put a lot of thought into it, and it was just a great game. This is just, it's basically a bit like Flat Out Ultimate Carnage, except I'm not finding it as good fun. And I'm not really sure why. See, I got 250 XP points. Now I'm wrecked, you see, and now I'm position 6. So I'll just continue. I've got 1,000 credits and some more XP along the way. See how quiet this is now. Even when you win and there's people cheering you. Because obviously I'm a loser here. That's me mate there, and lurking in next to me, looking at his watch for some reason. Like we can actually do something, but we can't. And we haven't put the fire extinguisher on the car yet. So, you know, you should be doing that, shouldn't you, mate? Not looking at your watch. So we'll just continue, finish some position, you get some points, and you know, I've unlocked a racing air filter, racing cooling. That's for this car. I'd already unlocked some for the other one. I'm not sure actually if you unlock them individually, because I could put air filters on this, couldn't I? So maybe not. They'll be universal. I'm pretty sure they'll be universal, not car specific. Now this loading, it does for me hurt the game. You know, it's just a menu we're going back to. We're not. You know what I mean? In fact, it was just a result screen really, rather than result screen to menu. It's just, I don't know. You've got all these different series that you can do, and then you've got multiplayer, which I haven't done and I won't be doing because I don't even play that on Forza because you get such idiots. But I guess in this game, you know, idiots wouldn't be that bad, would they? Because it's, you know, the game's designed to smash out of each other. But I still don't want to do it. So if you go to a custom event, I'll just go to Sandstone Raceway. It shows you the tracks that you've got, and they've got they've got gravel and tarmac. That looks interesting. Fire Rock Raceway, we'll try that. It's 1.2 miles. Main circuit, reverse, short circuit, reverse. So what I like about this is that you can go onto that and you can have an event type. So that's a banger race, or you can have a team race, or you can have an elimination race. They're all pretty self-explanatory. But we'll go for banger race. So that's you against everybody else. But what I like is you can up the laps. Like you can go up to, I mean, that's 60 laps on that, and you can up and down your opponents up to a maximum of 23. That's quite a lot in it. But I'm not going to do 60 laps. We'll just do we'll just keep it to 5. Just keep it to 4 because it's a review. Time of day random. So clear sunrise, clear day, cloudy day, clear afternoon, clear sunset, random. Clear sunrise we'll have. AI vehicles, Class C. Class B, you can have a Class C, that's same as damage normal, realistic normal. But we'll keep it on normal because I want to just, race. Difficulties, same. So that's my summary there. Fire Rock Raceway, Class C, performance levels 140. Event details. Well, we just set that. We know it all. We didn't really need that to repeat, did we? So we can start event. Now, loading 0%. You can see that I haven't been on here because there's no personal best there where it says Class C records on the right. Yeah, but this will give me time to talk now, because I'm not that keen on this game. I think that should be quite obvious. It's okay. It's okay. It's just a little bit lackluster, in my opinion. Average. It's just average, is what I'm kind of saying. There's no really wrong with it other than these loading times, which definitely are hurting it for me. But it's just average, and I'm not. I don't feel like I want to go. Oh yeah, I can't wait to play that. Because when they were playing Forza and things like that, I can't wait to go, and I'll just pick a track and a car, and I'll just try and beat me. Get up leaderboards. Now in Forza, some of them I was like in top 50 in the whole world. In fact, on the 360, I think at the first or second Forza, the one that was online, I was like best in world on races because you used to have leaderboards per races, so multiple laps. So I used to basically I got really good at it, and I played the crap out of it, and I liked it. So that's the sort of player I am. And I also like simulations. Like I've got Project Cars, like I said, the Assetto Corsa, but there's no real game of the Assetto Corsa other than just mindlessly going. Now, don't even keep. There's not even leaderboards in the Assetto Corsa. If Assetto Corsa had leaderboards, I'd have been happy playing it, but it had nothing, just nothing. But I'm not reviewing that. It's this. This car's horrible as well, by the way. Don't ever buy this one because it's just awful. It don't do anything. It just. I'll tune it a bit actually. I'll get that gear ratio up to standard. Brake balance is just doesn't seem to make any difference. Suspension is just pointless. So I'll start it. See. It always starts at the back though. Bit of wheel spin. I should have got the Escort. Or whatever it were called. Yeah, there's no licensed cars in here, which is why everything can be smashed up. The deformation on the cars and it's very good. It is very good. It's probably the best I've seen on any game, you know, for damage, because they don't like to see their the Porsches and that smashed up in these games, do they? You know, the manufacturer. They don't know how we've got to the stage where to use the image of a car, it's like copyrighted. It's just stupid, because it costs us money, doesn't it? That, you know, that costs, the licensing just costs us money as consumers. You know, it isn't enough that they make millions of pounds or dollars a year, you know, to put the image of their actual car into your game. Seems to cost money. It's just ludicrous. I'd just put stuff that was almost exactly like it, and I call it other stuff like this. That's a Ford Escort Mark 1 right in front of me there. I know it is, but it's not called a Ford Escort Mark 1 in this game. But I know what it is, and that's how it should be. And when you hit it, it'll deform in an extremely realistic manner. But because I'm in this pile of crap car, I don't think I'm going to get close enough to actually hit him. But like I said, you could have this on 60 laps and just race away as much as you wanted. But the AI will have a twang at you on your way past, you know. And this is only on amateur, so it's not that. You're going to be able to customise this game to just play exactly how you want to. It's just a matter is this enough for you? Are you going to enjoy playing this kind of game? I mean, you've got a pretty good idea of. I spared you the lawnmower race, but some people will probably absolutely love that. Kids will like it because it's fun, kind of. If you haven't played a game like this before, it'll be fun. But if you've played the older version of Flat Out Ultimate Carnage that was on the see, it's caught me though. So's that other one, Goon Rider. If you've played the older versions, like, you might think, well, you know, I think Flat Out was a better game than this. Even though this is arcade, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. I think that the older Flat Out was a better game. But I could be thinking about that, you know, that's 12 years ago. I could have like rose tinted specs on, couldn't I? But it's all a matter of your perception. You know, if I went and looked at if I looked at that on Xbox now, I'd probably think, oh god, that looks absolutely appalling. Which is usually how it is, you know. But it's important to try and make your own decision. I'm hoping from how I've done this review that you're going to get much more of an idea of whether this game's for you, because it's not cheap. It's a full price game basically. It's £35, $40, $50. I don't know how much it's going to cost. It's probably around $40 in States. I don't know what it's going to be in any other country. Look, it's really giving me some yeah, the absolutely awful car this is. He tried to T-bone me, but it didn't work. Well, so I'll spin me out. You can. Oh crap! I thought that were going to stop me dead. This car's only got 3 gears. I've only just realised. I think it's only got 3 gears. It was absolutely flat out then. Oh no, it's got 4 gears. Why didn't it change up before it hit that pole? This is going to be a photo finish, isn't it? Yeah, not a bad race that really. That was probably one of the more enjoyable ones. I hate that car though. So now we just continue, and you know, you're still earning XP, so you can play the game just like that. You don't have to do the career. I don't think I'll be doing career unless it just unlocks out that you're not going to get anywhere else. And as I said before, you know, for me the loading time's hurting it a little bit. And all in all, I'm finding it a little bit average. Although that was probably one of the more enjoyable races I've had. That last one, though, just in there. And I'm hoping that I've given you an idea of what the game's actually like. So look at that DLC story. I bet you won't be able to see it, will you? Because it's off the dashboard. So that's pointless. I don't know what you're looking at now. It might just be a black screen. Yeah, I know it's a DLC pass, so there's no actual DLC. So I won't bother with that. I won't bother with it anyway. I think I've covered everything. I hope I have. It's the major disappointments for me is that there's no stats kept. The game without stats is just pointless, really. This kind of a game, but it has got sort of rudimentary leaderboards, but you can only access them. You can't really just like Forza. You can go to leaderboards and go, oh, I fancy going to Le Mans, from 1960s, the one without the chicanes in, with the extremely long straight, and just doing an E class there or a D class. And just keep lapping and lapping and lapping until you've either beaten yourself or a rival or something like that. There's nothing like that in this. Forza's definitely got much more to offer than this. This is a bit of a one-trick pony, innit? It's all the cars are just. While I'm talking, I'll just show you the cars. They're all beaten up, aren't they? And they look pretty. They look pretty rubbish, don't they? To be fair, that's being fair to them. I mean, I'm not saying they haven't done a good job. I'm not saying developers haven't done a good job, but they're not nice looking cars when they're like this. A car looks nice when it's out showroom, doesn't it? Or someone's customised it. These they've just been trashed, haven't they? You can recognise what they are. A lot of these are like Hot Wheels cars that I played when I was a kid. I think that's a El Camino, I think. Let's see if I can recognise out else. That's a Volvo. Right there. That's a Ford Escort. That's is it a Firebird or something like that? I can't remember. It's obviously an American. It's an American one. I love the American. There's a Jag. The old XJ. Horrible car. I thought that were a Porsche, but it's not. It's a Nissan, isn't it? It's a Datsun. Or it would have been a Datsun that shape, not a Nissan, because they called themselves Datsun, then didn't they? About a 240, I think, or a Fairlady, they call it in America. And that looks like. I don't even know what that is. I thought it was a Hudson, but it's not. It's European, isn't it? That's a Mitsubishi. And that's some sort of muscle car. I can't remember. I don't know. Is that a Pontiac or something? No, I don't know. Or a Chevy. Maybe, I don't know. But it looks, it's instantly recognisable as being American muscle, isn't it? Anyway, if you've... I hope I've helped you. And if I have, I'm glad. And if you've watched, thanks very much. But that concludes this. Average. That's my opinion of it. If I hadn't bought it, if I hadn't already bought it, I'd wait for it to be on sale, which it probably will be when it comes up to Christmas on the Xbox, won't it, or just after Christmas. It's definitely, for me, it's definitely a bargain bin game, because I just won't play it that much. Anyway. I've gone on a bit. Thanks for watching.